What's going down, y'all? Welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna be doing another roasting my subscribers haircut video. Now, if you guys are new to this series, new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on all post notifications. As far as the actual video goes, my subscribers who are aspiring barbers, they take pictures of haircuts that they've done on other people. They send that picture to me in hopes of getting my honest opinion, some constructive criticism, any tips. And some of the criticism is a little harsh, blunt, straight to the point, because I don't want to tell you that your haircut's good if it's bad. You know what I'm saying? Because if enough people tell you that your haircut's good when it's actually trash, you're not gonna see growth as a barber. You're just gonna be complacent in the skill that you have. So for me, I just break down the picture detail by detail. I tell them what they can do better in hopes in the long run to make them better barbers. So whether the criticism is harsh, I have good intentions to make my subscribers better by any way that I can. But now that we got that out the way, this first haircut is a undercut with the lineup, kind of like a shadow fade with the sideburns. Now for me, the main thing that sticks out for me personally is the hairline. It's too bulky. Now if you guys have watched any of my tutorials, I always tell you guys to prep the lineup. Take like a number 1 guard or 1/16 guard with the grain to lay these hairs down. That way they become more uniform, that it's not so bulky. And I think that's what's attracting my eye when I first look at this. It's a good shadow fade. There's no lines in the fade. He has a dope hair textured look with the undercut. The lineup isn't too, you know what I'm saying, it's not too far off, but like I was saying, is you want to prep the lineup ahead of time so you get left with a cleaner effect. And moving on to the next haircut, we have a natural looking faux hawk with a mid to low drop fade. I don't know if that's what you're going for, but once again, my eye just goes to the lineup region. And I think that's an area where a lot of barbers miss the point. The lineup is what brings everything together at the end. The top, the fade, everything. The lineup just brings everything together. And whether or not you're going for a natural lineup look or whatever, these hairs right here, they should have been snipped off with some shears. One hit of the Andes T outliner in the front right there would have changed the whole look of this haircut. As far as the haircut goes, the fade is clean. You will get better over time. These little dark spots back here, just take a little bit more time to get those out of there. But it's funny is you got the treadmill in the back, so he can get off the chair right now and go get him some miles in. So it's really like you running a barbershop in the gym. I ain't mad at it, you know what I'm saying? Get you a little cut and get you a little workout in. Next haircut, this is probably one of the worst fades that I've seen in my inbox. And I'm gonna tell you why. This is not hating, I'm not trying to discourage you, but there's no gradients in the fade, right? So it just goes bald, light for like 2 to 3 inches, and then you just left the top of his head. You should do clipper over comb in this region right here. Let me zoom in. You see how it's so dark, there's so much bulkiness, it just goes light, dark. What you wanna do is clipper over comb, maybe slap on a 3 guard if you're not comfortable with clipper over comb, and take your time. Don't make the guideline so big in this region because, like I said, it just literally goes bald, light, dark. There's no gradients, there's no fade. And you need to invest in some neck strips. You know how dirty that is to have the cape resting on his bare neck without the neck strip? And then 3, you got hair all in his ear, right? Hair all on his neck. Well, what are you doing, bro? Though that's essential as a barber. Before you even touch his head, you slap on a neck strip, tighten up the cape, and then before you take the picture, just dust the damn hair off his neck and out his ear. Next haircut, we have like a natural flow with a low taper in the back and the sides with the hook. I'm not even gonna criticize this. I would say this is a 9 to 10. You executed this cut perfectly. I don't know what the front lineup's looking like, but by the look of the side and the back, you know what you're doing, bro. Keep it up. All right, y'all, next haircut. First and foremost, I do not find these pictures on Google. I do not look up bad haircut pictures. But for me personally, as a barber, this is probably one of the most uncomfortable pictures to look at. Now, I'm not gonna knock the fact that he has a towel as a cape. We've all been there starting out. We don't have a cape, so just slap on the towel. I'm not mad at it. But for me as a barber, this is probably one of the most uncomfortable pictures to look at. Because why do you have my man's neck like this? He having a damn exorcism trying to get a taper in the back. Like, he finna wake up with a kink in his neck. Like, hey, babe, I got my cut yesterday. How I'm looking? Like, nigga, straighten your shit out, nigga. God damn. But nah, for real, I'm not finna even criticize the haircut because I can't really see it. But it's like, that just looks uncomfortable. He finna wake up with a sore neck. It's all bad. All right, y'all, next haircut. Once again, we have a towel as a cape. I'm not mad at it, but it's like you can see all the hair on his shirt. And that's just where my eye goes as a barber. The presentation is just as important as the actual haircut if you're gonna post it on Instagram. But as far as the haircut goes, I can tell you don't own a pair of liners because one little lineup right here on the side and in the front and the back would have transformed this whole look. But as far as the taper goes, I can tell you didn't really do too much. It looks like a natural haircut. And that just goes back to the fact that you're not experienced, maybe you don't have the right equipment. So I'm not really gonna bash the haircut. Just try to invest in a cape and some neck strips, and then eventually a pair of T-liners or whatever lineup clipper you guys want to choose. And this was also a very bad fade that I found in my inbox. I get thousands of DMs of pictures from you guys, and this one stood out a lot to me. Now I understand you're going for a high fade, but once again, there's no gradients in the fade. It literally looks like you just went bald up to here and then light, and that's it. So I'm not really fond of super high ball fades, especially with someone of this texture of hair. When someone has waves on top, that's probably the only time a high fade would be acceptable in my eyes. But this, there's not really much to criticize. You really just balded him out and left the top. All right, y'all, with this picture, I'm not gonna say anything. I want you guys to let me know down in the comments what's the first thing that your eye gravitates to when you look at this picture. Now, if you guys didn't notice, it literally looks like you took a handful of cut hair and blew it in his ear. Why not take literally 10 seconds to dust all this hair off his ear, off his face, off his neck? You got a Band-Aid on, which you should be wearing gloves if you have any type of cut. That's just nasty in my opinion. You cut yourself, put a Band-Aid on, throw a glove on top of that so you're not infecting anyone. You're not spreading anything. That's first and foremost. Put a glove on and dust my man's ear out, because that's just unacceptable. As far as the haircut goes, it's not too bad. You know what I'm saying? The fade, there's still dark lines on the bottom. I know you're going for the low fade mohawk type of look, and I know that's probably one of the most hardest fades to pull off, is like a low fade. So I'm not really gonna knock it. As far as the part goes, you kind of messed up right here. That's where my eye goes. It's like even, and then you kind of took a chunk out right there. Try to make the line a little bit thinner and more even, and then you're good. But like I said, my main focus is presentation when I'm gonna post a picture on Instagram. If I seen this and I was looking for a barber, it just looks like a mess. You know what I'm saying? You got a Band-Aid on his forehead, you got hair in his ear, hair on his neck, you didn't line up the beard. It's just a mess. And this picture alone is the sole reason why I do not do designs. I'm capable of doing a dope ass design, but it doesn't do anything for me as a barber. You know what I'm saying? If someone came in and was like, bro, I want a crazy ass design on the side of my head, I'm like, bro, I'm not the barber for you. I'm not finna have my work looking suspect because it's just too much going on. That's first. Second, you can tell how red his skin is everywhere. That's just a sign of your clippers not being set properly and you're biting your client. He might not tell you that it's uncomfortable and painful when you're doing this whole design and lining up his face, but I can clearly tell that your liners aren't set properly. So get them adjusted properly, and then I wouldn't suggest doing a design like this. You know what I'm saying? The whole haircut, I can't even see nothing because I got this crazy ass, come on now. You know what's crazy is I know someone Googled this and sent it to me, but I just had to throw it in the video so you guys can get a good laugh at it. Do you know how fucked up in the head you gotta be to push someone's hairline back 4 inches and then have the audacity to throw this big ass part on? What? I wanna know how this even happens. How does someone literally scalp your ass 4 inches back and then convince you that it's a good idea to throw a fucking pinstripe on the side of that? I just want to know. I want to know what led up to these events. That's it. That's all. All right, y'all. I see a couple of these pictures on my timeline every day when I'm scrolling down the Explore page. I don't know who came up with the concept of throwing a ring light around your client. But as a client, I could only imagine how he's feeling. Like, bro, I got shit to do. Why are you slapping this big ass light around my neck? I can barely see now because this motherfucker blinded me. And as far as the haircut goes, I can't even see nothing. It's so damn dark. You trying to put so much emphasis on the ring light. Cool, I guess. All right, y'all, with this haircut, I'm gonna give you guys the good before I point something out to you guys, right? So the beard lineup itself, clean, right? You could have blended out the beard a little bit better right there, but I'm just nitpicking. The fade, I would say it's like a 6, 7, maybe 7.5. But when you get to the lineup portion of this haircut, I've never seen such a steep angle. I don't know if that was inflicted by you. That's his natural lineup. It looks like you butchered the lineup. I'm not gonna lie to you. You can tell where you pushed the lineup back and then went down like that. But for me personally, bro, I've never seen such a butchered corner. I've never seen an angle. This is probably like a 30-degree angle. Ideally, you want to have it like a 90, rough 90, maybe 85-degree angle. This is legit 25, 30-degree angle. I've never seen a lineup go this far back and then try to connect down. I want to know what this lineup looks like from the front. I know his hairline looks like it's going backwards. There's no way in hell that his natural lineup is like that. I've cut thousands of people. I'm not even exaggerating. I've never seen a lineup like that. So that had to have been inflicted by you, and that's just unacceptable, bro. I've never seen such a steep angle like that. Other than that, you know what you're doing. I just think we both know you fucked up around the lineup. All right, y'all, with this picture, we have a comb over with the hard part, maybe like a low taper, maybe a fade. I can't really see the back, but I wanted to give whoever sent this to me some props because with this hard part, it's literally perfect, bro. You cannot make a hard part more perfect than this. It's not too thick, it's not too thin. It's so evenly distributed through the hair. It looks lasered on to his head. And I can appreciate that because I've done plenty of hard parts and I can understand how hard it is to get that even look without it looking too thick. So good job. That's all I wanted to say to you. That part is perfectly executed. All right, y'all, last haircut of this video. If you guys want to know what a 9 to 10 rating looks like from EJones, this is it. Because I've sat here for like 5 minutes and I still haven't found a flaw in the haircut. The beard is properly blended out. It's outlined clean. The bottom of the fade starts out really bald, but there's so much gradients in the fade that it pops out at you. That's the first thing I notice is the gradients in the fade is just super smooth. The top looks properly sheared. I don't know, it just looks like a natural sheared faux hawk. So yeah, this is either a 9 or a 10, depending if you want to hate or not. But for me, properly executed, perfectly executed as I should say. But that's gonna do it for this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you guys want to have your haircut featured in this series, hit me up on Instagram, send it through Twitter, whatever you got to do to get the picture to me. But leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Oh, and by the way, I am posting a giveaway video in the next 2 days or so. So if you guys want to enter, make sure you guys are tuned in. Peace.